Hello, hello, and welcome back to our daily lives where we are coming with the amazing speakers. And you see, some people are so dedicated, they keep showing up, and I truly appreciate each one of you. And we are already on the day 10 of the Summit of Predictable Income
Wow.
System for Online Coaches and Healers. And this is the event where once you register, you'll start receiving the emails on a daily basis delivered to your inbox, and you have 24 hours to watch 2 interviews per day. It's less than an hour. So all you have to do is just to click the button and register yourself. And that's exactly the invitation we are coming to. And if you are not part of it, do that. Do that right now as we are talking to you. And I would love to introduce amazing speakers who came today with me live before we dive into the topic. And I'll start with you, Jennifer, because you're right next to me on the screen. All right, Jennifer, just tell a little bit about yourself, how you are helping, and we'll continue the conversation after.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Sifert, and I have a lot of titles behind my name. Let's just say, but how I really serve is I help leaders and entrepreneurs get current with their reality, with their business, with their finances, and their goals, so that they come into harmony and alignment. So often I've seen many entrepreneurs back when I worked in public practice. I have a CPA letters behind my name as well. And many times they were so much in the past with their information that they were making decisions on the fly. And I never saw them. They were staying in plateaus and they were staying messy, incomplete, and behind on a regular basis. So there was always catch up. It was always catch up. And I know that when somebody is really current, present, and awake and alive in their business, everything starts to flow. Money flows, happiness flows, freedom flows. So that's what I help entrepreneurs do, have the freedom and clarity to be really successful.
I love that. So beautifully said. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And we have Donna right now. Donna, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
Yay.
And to be with both of you again. So I'm Donna Price. I'm the founder of Compass Rose Consulting and a passion project, Bike Women Bike, and an adventurer at heart. I love riding my bike, climbing mountains, kayaking with whales, and those types of things. And part of what adventure taught me is that before you need a map, you need to know where you're going. So I help women entrepreneurs create that clear vision of the business that they're building and then develop the strategic plan to get them there and to stay on course when shiny objects start trying to pull them off track. And whether I'm helping women grow their businesses or helping women get back on their bike and find confidence and freedom there, it's always about helping women trust themselves again. I believe that there's just no one way to business success. There's only your own way, and I help women build that way.
I love that. That's so well said. Yes, we all have our own way. And the more we connect to our inner GPS, the easier it is for us to see what is something that works for us. And thank you so much. Look at these powerhouses today. So now we are just going to dive into the topic, because what if the thing that could help you create predictable income faster is already available to you? Yet many online coaches and healers resist it. Let's just think about it. Some people spend years figuring things out, making the same mistakes, taking unnecessary detours, reinventing the wheel, while others seem to accelerate their growth much faster. And why is this happening? Do they actually know something different, or maybe they are more luckier? Or there is simply willing to take that advantage of a shortcut that many people overlook. So today we are going to explore that number one shortcut that accelerates predictable income. And I know it's going to be a live conversation, a live discussion, because a lot of times business owners believe that they should know everything, that they should figure out everything themselves, that they should have all the answers. But where did that belief come from? And is it actually helping them? And again, let's just have this conversation, because I know we are all invested in our own coaching, because the cost of taking the long road is going to be showed in the delayed decisions, in the delayed support, in the delay action, and delay learning. And everything means that we are still struggling to have the clients. We are still struggling for clarity to know exactly where we are traveling. So let's just open up the conversation on why do a lot of business owners, especially online coaches and healers, because this is the dedicated summit for them, resist the shortcuts, right? And let's just dive into that. And I'll start from Donna. She's next to me.
Cool. Yeah. So I think we all are out there looking for the answer. And so sometimes we get distracted by all of the potential answers that we see out there, and we go in multiple directions instead of staying focused and clear on where we're trying to go, which is building the business success, and not listening to ourselves clearly or what feels right for us, but also like that commitment to your own strategy, your own vision, and staying the course is part of what I see as taking up a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of money to try this for a second and try that for a second. And we see people not staying, even when they pick something, not staying the course with that thing that they're picking and moving quickly to the next shiny object that appears, and then the next one. So as coaches, I think we all believe in coaching and the value of coaching. And I think one of my roles as a coach is to help you stay the course and not jump from thing to thing to thing, and like figure out like what that course, that right course is for you and for your business, and then stick with it and keep showing up with it. Because part of what happens is you move to that next thing right as something was starting to work, and then you're on to the next thing, and you've dropped the ball, you know, a second too soon, kind of thing. You're like, oh, this isn't working either, and you're on to the next thing. And it's like spinning your wheels and not making progress.
I love what you shared, and I just wanted to add that we do not see the picture when we are the ones in the frame. So
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how smart or how gifted each one of us is. We have to have the guidance, because somebody can see our blind spots. Somebody can actually show us. And I love to say that statement that clarity comes in waves, because we all want everything on the silver platter. We are like, okay, give us all the answers and we are going to become successful. But that's not what the journey of being the business owner is all about, right? Again, we are discovering in the process, and the more we are staying in that process, the more we lean on the guidance of the coaches, the mentors, the more we can receive that clarity. Okay, this is something I try. If it didn't produce the results that I desire, that means I might tweak something. I might try something different. So the willingness to stay open and do not blame that, you know, for the results, our coaches and mentors. This is the big thing, because we in this, you know, on this journey, we are learning to take on the responsibility. When something doesn't show up for us, it's not to blame the circumstances. It's not to blame the mentor. It's not to blame the people. Okay, I have this audience and it's not responding, right? It's actually coming back to ourselves and claim that responsibility and say, what can I do differently in order to see different results? And again, if you have that right support, it's going to be the shortcut, because I keep asking, saying that money can't buy the time. Time is the most precious resource. And we want to have that shortcut so we are not wasting years upon years. Because I've been in the business for 5 years and I'm so much ahead of people who might be in the business for 20 years, because I'm willing to invest in myself. I'm willing to continue exploring and just take this journey seriously and committed. Yep. All right, Jennifer. Now
Yeah,
to
when
you.
Donna was talking, I was getting the visual, and you probably have seen this meme on social media where the guy's digging, he's mining for gold, and he gives up with like that much rock
Mhm.
in the way of the jackpot, the jackpot. And, I come from a horse racing family, harness racing, and that's one where you drive on the cart. And I observed for 49 years how much commitment it takes to win a race and to actually develop a really good racehorse. And you can give up really easy if you don't show up. But that horse is there, and think of yourself as the horse, okay? The horse is your purpose, right? If you don't train yourself every day, if you don't discipline yourself every day, if you don't get fed 3 meals a day, if you don't practice what you're learning or what you are teaching, you're not going to get to the winner's circle of your success, that your goal. And a lot of times, if in the actual race, like once you get into a race, so you find a strategy that you want to do, like streaming to YouTube once a week, or being a speaker, or social media marketing. And if you run out of the gate really fast and like get all excited at the beginning, just like in a horse race, you usually burn out. And you finish last. But if you pace yourself and you stay with one thing, get really good with it, and then add the next thing and get really good at it, you can really be running that race in a very fast pace, and be winning on a regular basis. And I mean, I've done it to myself as well. I've taken on way too many things at once, and, seemed like, and I would run and, do this. And then you get exhausted and burnt out and you can't do anything. But if you pick one thing and stay with one coach too, which I did, you can really just do the one thing that they're teaching. I know you're getting, many things that they might be teaching to you at a time, but if you stick with the thing that actually, like Donna says, that you like, that you resonate with, because not everything that one person does works for you. So stick with it. Be consistent. And that coach is going to help you stay consistent. The coach is going to help you stay with it, because it's shiny objects and marketing advertisements and all that kind of stuff are there. And you're like, oh, maybe that's what I need to do. Well, in a horse race, you go straight. You want to stay along the rail. You don't want to be like all over the track. You want to stay in your own lane. And, if you're somebody who's got lots of strategies going and you're already in it, just set a pace that works for you. And you'll have success. Just stay with it. Entrepreneurship is a journey. And I have one more thing that I might say on the next round, but yeah, it's a journey, and you got to stay with it. It's just like being in employment, in a job. You stay with it, but it's a little bit different when you have to like generate the revenue yourself.
I love what you mentioned. And, another good point is a lot of people have the fear of investment in themselves. And I'm here to tell you from the first hand, if you really want something, as an energetic coach, as manifestation coach, you can have it. We cannot say exactly when it happens. Everybody has a different timeline, but it's definitely happening for you. And if somebody says, well, like I'm just consuming, the free content, you would never be far away with the free content, because you just have to understand that the value comes when people are investing into the programs. That's where you tap to these, juicy secrets that are given only in the private rooms, in the private trainings. And again, if somebody says, but I do not have money, I want to be honest with you, we are all resourceful, including yourself. So if there is anything that you truly desire, you will tap to that resourcefulness. And again, just do not use the excuse that I do not have the money as not to invest in yourself, because this is the investment that will pay you back tenfold. And that's exactly where you feel that your business is growing, you are tapping into the clients, and you are creating your own predictable income. And that is something that you started this for, right? This was the reason why you started to have your own business, because time and money freedom is one of the priorities that we all are having, that these businesses. So my invitation is, stop having the excuses and really connect to your resourcefulness, and really stay determined, what exactly do you want to create. Donna, you want to add something to that before we go to our to your title talk and the free gift?
Yeah, I love what Jennifer was saying about commitment. It's my word of the year is commitment. And I think, well, maybe it's been my word since I started business. But I think it's one of the key things that as business owners, we have to commit to being in business and being all in and showing up, as Jennifer was saying. And then the other thing that came to mind is just that showing up when things aren't going well. When you're working with a coach, like, that is the most important time to show up, is to get help and say, like, if you're doing that weekly YouTube, but you just can't get yourself to do it, like, okay, well, what's going on that you can't follow through on that goal that you had set? And I know in my own business, that's when I've seen people make excuses to not show up. Like, oh, I can't make it today, I didn't do my work. And that's the day you need to show up, so that your coach can really help you identify what's going on, what's getting in the way, and help clear that out for you so that you can move it forward. So,
And accountability is the big portion of it, right? Your coach becomes your accountability partner as well. Somebody
yep.
who holds on to everything what you said you're gonna do, right?
Yeah, and I think accountability for a while became like a negative word out there. People didn't want to talk about accountability. Oh, I don't want an accountability partner. But it's such a powerful thing. I know for myself, like, as soon as you start saying you're going to do something, you just increased your accountability. Because if I come on this and say out loud, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, I just made a public statement that makes me commit to it more, because I told people about it and made it public. And the same thing in that coaching relationship, that they're your accountability partner and can help you get through when you're having a hard time and you don't know which direction to go in, or you're stuck, or whatever the thing is. So I think it's the most powerful part of coaching, and maybe one of the most important parts of it.
Jennifer, would you like to add something before we go into titles?
Okay, so our audience is coaches and healers in this summit. So you already have all the certificates, right? You already have a healing gift and a purpose, and you want to do it. You want to be of service. But maybe entrepreneurship wasn't your first thing, like You didn't go into it first and you've been a career person, you've been a doctor, a lawyer, or an accountant or something like that, and an employee. Well, just like you went to go become a doctor, a lawyer, or accountant, you went to university, you went to school, you paid to learn your craft, right? You learned how to be in that business. And being an entrepreneur is the same. You need to learn how to be an entrepreneur, to sell, to market, to create that business container so that your purpose can be offered to the world. You don't necessarily need more modalities. I see this a lot. It's like, oh, once I have their certificate, then I'll have the success. You need to learn how to run a business. Is what you need to do. And when you have a coach like myself or Donna or Irina, you're learning how to bring all of the assets of a business together to work for you. And you're learning how to run a business, which means being accountable to your business. Like, this is your creation. It's a little bit different. It is separate from you, but also you, especially when you're a personal brand. And you're the leader of that. And as you want to grow your business, you have to be a really good leader, because you're going to have team members eventually to help you run that business. And it's a good investment to learn how to run a business, because I've witnessed lots of entrepreneurs who don't know how to run a business, and they're really messy. They're really messy, and they're not having the success that they really desire. And the comfort zone is such a wonderful place to be. Like, oh, I just have this, but it's such a plateau. Like it is limiting you. It is limiting you. And I know the coaches and healers in this audience really believe in all possibilities, believe in unlimited thinking, and believe in magic and miracles happening for you. And they can, but you have to be aligned with them, and you have to be taking aligned actions to run your business.
Yeah, you gotta do the do. It's not just going to miraculously show up. Yep.
The whole "if you build it, they will come" just doesn't work.
No, that's not how it works. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe for an ice cream shop.
Beautiful. I love this discussion. It just it allows everybody to reflect, like, what exactly have I invested my time in, and my energy and my money, if I do, right? Because I've heard from some coaches I was talking to personally saying, oh, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it my way. I'm just going to energetically connect to that frequency of, everything is happening for me. Well, energetics is one piece, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. You got to have everything. You have to have the aligned actions. You have to really direct your energy for the results, and you continue taking these action steps. Because if we are staying in one place and we just want to be in another place, yeah, in our dreams we can be there, but not in the reality. In the reality, we either buying the ticket for the plane ticket, or we are taking the car, or we are taking the cruise line, whatever it is, to deliver us to that destination. And that's exactly when a lot of coaches underestimate the power of taking actions, and not just any actions, the aligned actions, right? The inspired actions. And that's exactly what we are helping, as well as we are having our people to help us. So again, because we never meant to do this work alone, and the more we hone on that, the more we understand. And the first question anybody who is tuning in can ask themselves, where I am right now in the business, and if this is exactly where I would love to be today. And if the answer is not, then ask yourself, do I have the right support? Because that's exactly the point of support, right? Again, we went to college and we paid the college tuitions. We had the professors who taught us what we meant to be taught in order to then be employed by somebody. Same here. we gotta know exactly what is something that actually connect us to success, connect us to clients, connect us to income. And that's exactly what we are doing here. Beautiful, beautiful conversation. All right, Donna, I'll start from you. What is your title and the free gift that you are having for attendees of the summit?
Yeah, the conversation that we had is called Your Way, the Reliable Path to Predictable Income. And the free gift is called the Business Growth and Profits Field Guide. And it outlines a framework for creating that, your path to success.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes. So to claim the gift, you gotta register, and you'll hear Donna's conversation. You'll see the gift. You can claim it, and all you have to do is just to register. And Jennifer, how about yourself?
Mine is hidden financial pressure, and that's why entrepreneurs feel stuck even when they're working hard, and you don't know what's going on underneath the surface of yourself because you're avoiding it. You're not looking at it. You're not paying attention to it, especially around money, especially around time, and old habits and behaviors that don't serve you, and they create more obstacles for you than you realize. And so I have created a Get Current assessment. It's a 1-minute quiz to help you see where you are on the pressure, because let's face it, money causes a lot of pressure for people, and you want your business making money. Like, plain and simple, to give you the freedom, the impact, the travel, the life that you really desire, the lifestyle. So I've designed this assessment so that you can see where you're on the scale of pressure. Is it mild? Is it building? Is it high? Or is it survival kind of mode? Because I know when you take this assessment and you get some clarity about what is going on for you, that's a relief. It's a relief to actually like just face where you're at, to know where you're at, to face the reality of where you're at, because then you can make a change. You can decide to change something.
Totally. I love that. So, so good. All right. So thank you so much. That was a powerful conversation. Again, register for the summit so you can listen to Jennifer's, Donna's talk and claim their gifts as well as everybody else. And we'll see you tomorrow on another live. And we would love you to sit with that question. Where would I be today if I actually had the support of the coach or mentor to actually implement something that I might not know what to do? I have more clarity or understand how the results are created. All right. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks.